Hey, so sleeping, huh? That self-inflicted coma that we Homo sapiens and almost every other living creature in this earth do every night, and that for some reason we like. Yes, it's kind of a waste of time. Yes, someone could stab me in the middle of the night and I wouldn't be able to defend myself. God knows why we evolved to do it. But that feeling of having a hard-ass day, brushing your teeth, tucking yourself in a super comfy set of pajamas, jumping to bed to get hugged by your blankets as you wait to die is marvelous. Did I just say wait to die? Sleep. One of the only few things I can safely say that we all do, besides breathing and putting the cereal first and the milk after. Well, sleep, as you might know, doesn't make any sense. Truly, what do you mean I have to? Again, essentially self-inflict a coma for the duration of about 7 to 9 hours, where I am vulnerable to any type of physical violation, so I can be a functional person and live. If an alien came to Earth and you had to explain sleep to it, the alien would probably pull up his alien gun, shoot you with an alien bullet in your human face because he thought you were lying or making fun of him, and rightfully so. Because honestly, we don't even understand or know why we sleep at all. Yes, we know that if we don't sleep, we die, and we know more or less what happens to our bodies when we are sleeping, but why can't we do those things while we are awake? We don't even save that much energy while sleeping. We save about 10% of energy. So why can't we do sleep stuff while watching TV or playing video games? You know, times where we aren't really doing much. Is sleep that complicated? I mean, what is sleep like? How does it work? Well, let me get to bed. Sleep can be divided in two big phases: NREM sleep and REM sleep. And on NREM sleep there are three distinct subphases. N1 or light sleep, brainwaves look like this. You are kind of awake, kind of sleeping, so you can be easily awakened. You spasm out of nowhere and you can have hallucinations. Yes, that wasn't a ghost, that was you. N2 or deeper light sleep, well, in this phase the brainwaves are very similar to light sleep, but they go crazy sometimes and that's about it. N2 is kinda lame, not gonna lie. And then there's N3 or deep sleep. The brainwaves here are a lot more smoother. Let me check my notes because I don't remember. They have low frequencies and high amplitude, which makes them look like this. You restore your body, there's growth hormone being released for you people that aren't adults yet. And it's very hard to wake you up because you are deep onto sleep, meaning your body is mostly paralyzed. Also, most sleep disorders happen in this phase. Sleepwalking, sleep talking, sleeping, I don't know. That's why you shouldn't wake somebody up that is sleepwalking, because that person is deep onto sleep, so by you waking her up, you will make her very confused and the chance of you getting slapped in the face gets significantly higher. And then you have the fun one, which is REM sleep or rapid eye movement. This is where most dreams occur. Your body is still paralyzed because you just came from deeper stages of sleep, but your eyes start rolling around like crazy. Rapid eye movement, yes, creativity. And your mind starts bursting up a bunch as well. I mean, brainwaves similar to you being awake style, hence the crazy dreams you have. This is also the stage of sleep where most of your memories get consolidated and what you learn throughout the day gets cemented in your brain, like how sleep works by a guy on his bed with a green screen on the back. What a good waste of time and what a time to be alive. So yes, sleep science is amazing, dreaming is amazing, sleeping is amazing. But doesn't it oddly feel like death? I mean, where do I, me, the person speaking on a bed with a green screen on the back, goes when sleeping? Yes, there's a lot of cool stuff going around inside here, but I don't know how or what is happening while I'm sleeping. Yes, I might remember some dreams, but what about the rest? The other 7 to 8 hours of sleep where I, me, the person speaking on a bed with a green screen on the back, effectively went missing. Well, I don't know. And yes, I just said that sleeping oddly feels like death. Then that is a cool phrase, but guess what? I can't say that for sure because I never died. Yeah, shocking. However, sleeping does feel a lot like something that we all went through. And I can guarantee that we all went through. If you're watching that video, you went through that. And it's very similar to that. I mean, at least conceptually, it makes sense. Well, sleeping oddly feels like that time where I wasn't born yet. Doesn't it? Okay, so we all sleep. We learn more or less how it works and how we don't fully get it. I mean, truly, I just scratched the surface. I didn't even develop on dreams. Dreams themselves could and probably will be a whole video. But anyways, if we all sleep, what is sleep like to animals? Because yes, humans are not the only ones that die every day. No, animals sleep too. A little bit differently, but they do, and it's pretty cool. Giraffes and horses can sleep on their feet, which makes sense. They are prey, so they kinda have to run sometimes. Some species of birds do it while flying. Sharks can plunge themselves into deep water since they have to always be moving to stay alive, and they sleep during that time. But the coolest ones are dolphins. Dolphins, besides raping each other and using pufferfish as drugs, also have something called unihemispheric sleep, where one half of the brain is awake and the other half is asleep, and then they switch up because they have to go to the surface to breathe and shit. Mammal problems. Well, talking about mammals, dogs. Dogs are also super cool. They sleep like in bursts during the day instead of one big chunk of sleep like us, to total around 12 to 14 hours of sleep. Then they pass another like 8 hours resting, but not sleeping, but awake, just resting, and they are only active for about 2 to 4 hours of the day. Well, that happens because dogs are descended of wolves, which were predators, and predators usually sleep a lot more hours because they have to rest to hunt their food. Talking about wolves, you do know that like every dog is a nerfed version of a wolf, right? Yes, some are easy to believe, like German Shepherds, but then you have guys like this. Yes, Chihuahuas were once a wolf. Well, a cool fact about dog breeds is that they can have different sleep patterns. Larger breeds like San Bernards or Corsos have to sleep longer hours if compared to smaller breeds like Chihuahuas and Yorkshires. Cool thing about Yorkshires, they don't really shed their fur like other dog breeds. No, its behavior is actually pretty similar to human hair. You do realize that I just went from sleep science to comparing sleep to death, and now I'm talking about dog breeds and their hair. How did I end up here? Like, this was too random and absurd, even for me. Absurdism, a philosophical view that states that the world is weird and, well, absurd. Stuff doesn't really make sense and things don't have an inherent meaning, but we should embrace the fact that the world is kinda weird and find meaning on that weirdness, even if trying to find meaning in this world is ultimately meaningless and, well, again, absurd. Existentialism. Here, reality also has no inherent meaning, starting to build up a pattern, and nothing that we do really matters, but we should try to create and find our meaning in life. Since we are here for nothing, we might as well enjoy everything, and most importantly, what we like. Maybe you enjoy doing woodwork. Cool. Maybe it's walking in nature. Nice. Or maybe it's YouTube videos. Either way, you should create your own meaning, face your choices, and be happy like that. Or try to be happy like that. I don't know. Nihilism. Here, reality also has no meaning. And that's about it. Yes, you can try to create your own meaning. Yes, you may try to accept that stuff is absurd, but in the end, nothing really matters. We are stardust, we just happen to pop into existence, and in a few moments we will return into nothingness once again for the rest of times. Being good doesn't matter, being bad doesn't matter. Life sucks, and even if it didn't suck, it would also not matter. Nothing matters, not even this script. Why am I writing this script? Well, I could go on and on with philosophical worldviews that end in ism, but these are the most notable ones, and one thing that they have in common, besides the meaningless existence of reality, is that, well, we exist. Now, why do we exist? That's what these worldviews try to answer, but we do know that we exist, and we know it because we feel things. We see, we hear, we think. I think, therefore I am, as my buddy Descartes would say. And this fact here raises a lot of cool questions, like, where does consciousness reside? Is everything conscious? Is the universe itself conscious and we are just fragments of it, as panpsychism would argue? Are we conscious only due to biological reasons? Would I be here if another sperm won the race? This last one fucked me over for a long time, not gonna lie. But well, we don't really know why we are here. We know that we are here, and we know it because we experience things and we feel and we talk and we listen to 80s music. So to be certain that we are here, we need to experience things. So how do we know again that we are here when we are sleeping? I don't remember most of it. If you do, congrats, but I just remember some dreams. The rest of the night, I have no clue. It's like we are going under general anesthesia. If you ever went under general anesthesia, you know what I'm talking about. You are there, waiting to get surgery on your hand because you broke the metacarpus of your ring finger, punching the elbow of a 60-year-old jacked dude in a boxing session in a gym on top of the local firefighters. And yes, that's a real story, and it's mine. And as they inject your veins with propofol, you just turn off and wake up seemingly instantaneously in the nursing room, just like when you go to sleep and wake up on the other day. No feelings being felt, no time passing, just a pure blackout. Nothing. Did a video on nothing, by the way, you can watch it after this one. But anyway, I don't know about you, but as I said before, I felt something similar to this in the past. Do you know what is your first memory? Or more precisely, do you remember the moment you became conscious? Yes, kind of a hard and a trick question, not everyone does, but I do. Yeah, it's a YouTube video, so cool story on the way. I wouldn't be able to tell you what age I was, cause it's kind of a glimpse, and I just got conscious what even is the concept of age and time. But I know that I was really young, like this height, young. Either way, from what I remember, and yes, it could be just my mind playing tricks, but it's like everything was black. It felt like I was with my eyes closed, floating or something, and there were noises on the background, similar to when you are sleeping and you are almost waking up. Yeah. Then I opened my eyes and I was in one of those kids parks. You know those small things where you put your kids so they don't bother you? I'm showing it on the screen right now. Well, I was in one of those things in my grandmother's house, and I was playing with some toys, and all of a sudden, I got the urge to throw the toys to the ground, like every single one of them. I don't know why, I just know that I did. I was a kid, okay? Then, when all of the toys were on the ground, I asked my grandmother to put me outside. Then I proceeded to throw every single toy to the park again, called my grandmother to put me back inside, cause I'm kind of a retard since birth, and I don't remember anything else. Well, I find this to be a pretty cool story. Not just because it showed that I'm weird since birth, but the most important part is that essentially becoming conscious, aware, it felt weirdly similar to waking up from a dream or from anesthesia. Truly. That lack of sensation, of perceiving time, of feeling, and then coming back to reality seems to be equal on all those three instances, which made me wonder if not being alive actually feels like that too, if time just passes by and we don't notice it because there's no one to notice it. Like, before we were here, before I was I, there was an infinite amount of time of me in that place of nothing, of me not being alive. Before I got conscious, I had the entire history of the universe on my back. And if that history goes infinitely back in time, then that means that I spent an infinite amount of time waiting to be here. And I didn't even notice it. So if sleeping and waking up, going under anesthesia and waking up, not being alive for an infinite amount of time and waking up, if all of them feel the same and encapsulate the same principle, a lack of experiencing the outside, a lack of consciousness, of being able to perceive time and if we're here or not, then what tells me that when we die we don't feel exactly the same, but this time forever? Yes, sure, it might seem like a super bad thing and we should avoid it at all times, and we do. That's kind of the purpose of life, to avoid death. Death is bad, isn't it? When our pets die, we cry. When our loved ones die, we cry. Being dead means we're not alive. Being dead means we're not experiencing things. It means that we're not here. But should we really be scared of it? I mean, I was dead for an infinite amount of time before I was born, and it didn't seem that bad because I don't remember what was going on that infinite past time. I just remember waking up in my grandmother's house. What was going on before? I have no clue. When I went under general anesthesia after breaking my hand, what was going on in that time? I have no clue. We go to sleep every night and we are not afraid of that gap in between waking hours. And what happens to us on that time? Where do we go while under that time? We have no clue. But even while having no clue, even if we don't really know where we went, even if we don't really know what happened to us, or where we are when we sleep, we, interestingly enough, crave that time in a weird way. We can't wait to get all cozy and jump to bed as we wait to, well, die. Maybe we kinda crave death, that ultimate resting stage. No worries, no overthinking, no future planning, just endless rest. Because maybe that's exactly what death feels like. Maybe death just feels like nothing. Or in other words, maybe there's nothing to feel when we die, which would make death not bad. It would also make it not good. Absurdism wouldn't matter, existentialism wouldn't matter, nihilism wouldn't matter, because we would not be here to make things matter. It would just be the lack of feelings, the lack of experiencing things, the lack of understanding time, the lack of understanding, really, The lack of reasoning. And why would we be scared of it if we already face it every night? Why be scared if we already crave the scary thing every day before we go to bed? Why be scared if sleep is the demo version of death? Well, thanks for watching. If you do want, please subscribe so you don't miss more of these weird videos that I do, because I'm weird, and if you like to listen to weird things, maybe you should subscribe, I don't know. And also watch this video about the duality of existence of reality. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to turn your brain into a pulp, to be honest. Yeah. See you on the next one.